My hair looks messy, but I don't care. I just nearly fell asleep watching an F1 race because it was that fucking boring. Yeah. Oh boy. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about something that will waken me up, not just the coffee as well. Hello everyone. It is Liam Catterson here, and yeah, this is the final episode of True Calling, episode 6 of season 2. It's been a blast, this journey. It's been really incredible, and I have really loved going through this show. It did pick up towards the end of season 1, and season 2 entirely has been a blast. I've really loved how things have progressed with this season. So yeah, but I am going to miss this show. It's been superb. It's been really wonderful. The characters have been absolutely incredible. True, obviously, Jack, Davis, and Harry, they've all been really wonderful characters. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone will agree with me when I say this, but I wish this would go on a bit longer. But alas, I guess all things must come to an end, even if it's a bit of a premature ending, because obviously this was supposed to go on for at least several more episodes for season 2. In an idealistic world, maybe we would have had a season 3, season 4. I don't know. But this is the end of the road, so it's gonna be pretty sad. So yeah, and for those on Patreon, I will be probably opening up a poll, similar to how True Calling won when I opened up a poll the first time around. I'll open that up probably after I watch Sandman, because I've been wanting to get onto that, and obviously with the ending of True Calling approaching, I thought it would be great to close out in True Calling and start on Sandman, since it's only like 11 episodes, I believe, so piece of cake. But yeah, we're not talking about the future. We're currently focused on the present, then the past, if you get my drift. So that was a great segue there. But no, like I said, I'm gonna miss the show, but it's been a truly phenomenal journey. So for one final time, folks, this is True Calling. Let's go. As of recording, it's Halloween tomorrow. This feels all kinds of wrong.
And for my son, you understand how that would look.
Yeah, I figured I'd... Okay, blame a guy for trying, huh?
I mean, it's deserved if he's doing a good job. Okay, excuse me.
Okay, I shouldn't even be here, but you saved me. And I know it sounds dumb, but every day is a gift. Even a day like Christmas.
Yeah, but I'm worried about what kind of detrimental effects you're gonna have, bud. Because you had that little deja vu moment, and it's not a thing that just breezes past.
Right. Oh, I know what I'm bringing home for Christmas dinner.
What's that?
Proof.
One thing you gotta admire about... Oh my god! Who killed Santa?!
You've gotta be kidding me. Someone killed Santa?
Look. I didn't do it, okay? I'm gonna go now, okay?
He's probably stuck in holiday traffic.
Yeah, you're probably
To
right.
heaven.
Anyway, I'll get there as soon as I can.
I'll see you later.
How do we tell the kids that Christmas is
Well,
cats?
hey, if it makes you feel any better,
I'm kidding.
you're always welcome to join me and Harry tonight.
No, that's okay. It's been a while since I've spent the holidays with a woman, so I think I'll wait for her.
All right.
It's not possible. If she finds out about us, there's no telling what it'll do to her. So, the most important thing for right now is that she trusts me.
Hi, Dad.
Uh-oh! This ain't awkward. You know, I think the cheating, the affair part is a lot better. This is your own son.
You have no idea what you are dealing with.
This is your own son. You are a fucking issue. No, you're not sorry. No, no. No sorry dad tries to kill their kid, you fucking disease.
And that's probably my brother with some lame excuse on why he bailed on me.
Good timing. You all have very good timing. I'm sure they do this just to fuck around with her.
Joke yesterday, but he was supposed to deliver toys to the kids down at the youth center.
That's where Carrie is.
I know. She's gonna miss dinner trying to find a way to keep from disappointing them.
Well, if he didn't ask for help,
No.
then he did. Which drawer?
Not here, at school.
I'm
At
good.
school, those
Is
buddies
Davis
have been dead
gonna?
for-
6 months, I know. That's why I wanted to come here and talk to you first. I mean, it's pretty clear I didn't rewind to 6 months ago, so why would a body...
Oh, sorry. Those weren't the magic words we were looking for.
I knew this was a
At least
bad
she said
idea.
please,
Come on,
but
Drew, I just want to hear you say it one time. Help me.
Would you settle for bite me? Help me.
I thought you'd never ask. Come on.
just soaking this in. This is just. It's a Christmas turkey for him.
Bye.
Impressive.
Thanks for your help, Jack.
That's it?
Well, I needed a place to start. Now I've got one. Something personal.
So she's gonna try and take this on her own, but she
Actually,
needs Jack.
It's completely personal.
I just love the idea of these two working together because it's so wrong, but it's so right at the same time. If for some reason.
I can't believe that he gets to have a life. Shop for
Allison.
presents, trim the tree with his wife, while Allison's body lies in some dark, cold room somewhere. Where's the justice in that?
You've got a point. It is really messed up, and
I'm sorry.
Sister of hers seemed to have a pretty significant axe to grind with Russell Marks. Maybe she was looking for a little payback.
But no one dies, remember?
No one has to.
So you're saying
Unless-
attempted murder, because if she got caught,
Then Allison's daughter would be left alone again.
that's to
exactly.
help me.
Maybe we should find out
She
where this
doesn't want
Russell Marks is
Allison's.
today and get
She
there
doesn't
before
want
Ann
her
Moore
daughter
does.
to be.
Hey, Drew, I gotta talk to you about Allison.
Oh no!
What the hell is he doing here?
Quite the
Nice to see you,
parallel.
Allison. Why are you all sleeping with the enemy?
There's no sleeping. He's helping me.
Bottom line, you can't trust him, True.
I mean, she didn't
He's
say.
screwing you right now. Richard, I hope you're getting this message. Your son is still suspicious. You better get on this, or...
There we go. I mean, he was 5 meters away.
You promised us.
I know, I did. It's
Santa
just that
promised me a
sometimes
PS5
things
last
can
year,
happen,
and
even
here we
to
are.
Santa.
Oh my God, Davis!
David?
Oh, it's Santa!
What are you doing?
Explain later.
Okay, so tell me the truth. Why are you really helping me today?
As far as I'm concerned, as long as the dead stay dead, there's no harm in giving a little help to the living.
I mean, I think
Maybe
he's
just
made
didn't
that
wanna spend
clear, to be
Christmas
fair.
Eve by myself. There's our man. Mr. Marks?
See, Jack has a
We don't
very,
wanna
very
cause
interesting
any
character
trouble,
about
but,
him.
we're friends of the Moors, and we just...
Treehouse.
Whoa, thanks, Santa.
And what about you? What would you like for Christmas?
A bone saw.
I think about one of those, but how about a splatter guard?
What the hell?
Keep blood from splattering on your face.
I don't think these are kids appropriate. Like, yeah.
For you? Able to give my new employee a raise, but the partners can't say anything about a father giving a present to his son. I've been working on this for weeks, but you, with all your questions, you almost blew the whole thing.
I'm sorry, I was thinking this
Yeah,
was...
forget it. It all worked out.
Oh, wow. Hey, Merry Christmas, Dad.
You too.
Son of a bitch.
You ditched the lab and you joined me and my brother for Christmas Eve dinner. You know, in the spirit of doing something new each day.
Okay, I'll try.
There was just something intimidating about him with the collar off and whatnot. And I'm sure Jensen's involved.
Forgive you? Or make you pay for what you did before you have a chance to do it to someone else?
This is going down the whole Peter Parker avenging Uncle Ben routine. Shit.
Please, honey. I loved your mother.
I've never done anything.
her enough.
No, that's not true.
I was
Someone. And that's something you're gonna have to live with every day for the rest of your
Wait.
life. Isn't that right, Mrs. Marks?
Yeah, because she killed
What's he talking about?
Allison, so he could be
I
all.
have no idea.
Cranberry, don't make an innocent man pay for someone else's crime.
Shit.
You should pay for trying to take your husband away from you.
Exactly.
Just like Allison. did, right?
Exactly. The two-face on you.
Talk to your wife.
Ditch her. Ditch her ass. You nearly got killed because she is a manipulative piece of work.
One that I'm not supposed to talk about.
This is what she wants.
Yeah, I know that. It's this is about True.
I gotta ask, just to see. D.
Well, I'm this way.
And I'm this way. So I guess I'll be seeing you.
Until the day you quit.
Or you do. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
It was.
I've always had this feeling that no one should be alone on Christmas Eve.
Oh my god! This is so surreal. I love it.
Mighty generous.
No, not generous. Well earned. Hey,
Only because you screwed up. Big time.
Jack Harper. Hi.
Yeah, this is my dad, Richard Jack.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You work with my daughter?
Holy dang! I didn't know you exist.
Excuse me.
My endless pursuit of the holiday spirit, there's actually one thing that I haven't done yet.
Oh, what's that?
Fucking cliche. I was just worried about.
Wasn't he supposed to be one of yours?
Give it time.
It's True's united with everyone. And yet, yeah. It is sad that True is united with everyone and the enemies are watching on with such delight. And we'll never know what happens next. Well, I'm sure we will. I'm sure, like, you know, plans were revealed, etc. Like, well, we were gonna do this, we were gonna do that, etc. But yeah. See, I just want to imagine that this episode was a catalyst for maybe Jack decided, because I've always said about the fact that whereas Richard, the limits mean Jack. Ironic, funnily enough, speaking, should I say? The line, it doesn't exist for him. Whereas Jack, there could be the potential where he might be like, well, hang on a minute, so. And obviously, episode 4 kind of backed up what I was thinking. But now with these two working together in a situation where they were figuring out, okay, how did this happen, etc. It was so good. It was odd. It was brilliant. And I wanted more of that. Because obviously there was no body. There was no body who died to bring back to life. So you couldn't really do your Jack and True squabble. But what they could do was adhere to her wishes. And that would and for Allison it would be her daughter, because of the fact that she was going to go off killing an innocent person as well, because it wasn't even Russell, it was his wife. So yeah, it was so good though. And yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna miss this show, and I feel like with the way things concluded in regards to I guess everyone united Christmas you know, party, etc., and the enemies watching on, all Carrie, Jack, and Richard. I feel like it's a really, really great way to kind of conclude things, not with some kind of cliffhanger that well, there were cliffhangers, obviously, that we would have loved to have get resolved, but you know what I mean. Like, we didn't end exactly on a cliffhanger for the final ever episode, and it's like, well, what happened next? So yeah, kind of like how Angel season 5 kind of concluded, but that kind of is a bit more satisfactory because it's like, I mean, there's obviously After the Fall, which covers what happened at the conclusion of season 5, but there is a nice message there, even though that had a cliffhangery ending. So yeah, whereas obviously we've still got questions and whatnot that I'm sure would have been explained, like the writers would have been like, well, if Fox didn't get us cancelled, then we would have done this, we would have done that. And I feel like I can take a stab at what would have potentially have been, just given, especially these last few episodes, given how things transpired, especially with Jensen, because he was acting very, very creepy. I thought that he would have had something to do with killing Russell or some or being just involved in general. I don't know what it was, but when he was in the church, his get up, it was very, I don't know, it was very antagonistic for some reason. I don't know. It was the collar and the open shirt and everything. It was like this attire. It's like, it doesn't scream protagonist or whatever. It doesn't scream, I'm going to be a good person or whatever. So, I don't know. But, yeah, I feel like Jensen would have had to die, considering he is a blip in the system. He was brought back, didn't ask to be brought back, and we already saw the ramifications, not just in the ending of the last episode, but this episode as well. And he was acting very, very creepy in this episode. So I feel like that would have progressed into a more damaging situation, to the point where I guess we'd kind of have to mirror, we'd have Eliza have to mirror what Sarah Michelle Gellar did in Buffy season 2 in a sense. So yeah, although this would be a more permanent fixture because Jensen, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Jensen probably would have had to die. Jack and True, look, I feel like this was the first steps into a beautiful relationship where they just, they don't like what they do, but they can understand each other on some level. I really thrived with their connectivity in this episode, especially with the fact that, hey, we didn't have anyone die that had to be preserved, or in Jack's case they'd have to die again. It was about finding Allison's murderer, really, which was assumed to be Russell. That's where all the fingers were pointing towards. However, it was his partner, obviously. And even then, there was even further complications because of the fact that you had Cambria, who sought out Russell, gonna kill an innocent person. And it wasn't just the fact that Russell, an innocent, would have died, but Cambria would have been incarcerated anyway, so there were complications there. But it was so good to see Jack and True work together because, like I said, there was no body that needed to either be saved or, for Jack's case, die again. It was them two doing, just adhering to, someone's wishes, really. So, because it's a very, very interesting dynamic. Jack just makes sure that if you die, you die. And there was no reason for anyone to die, really. So Jack is really playing his role to perfection, because whereas, he is very, very smug and arrogant at times, there is that there are those layers of humanity there, and that was showcased in episode 4. That woman had to die, but Jack really he hated himself for what happened. We see in this episode where, there's no body to be saved, or well, there is technically, but no body for True to save. With the fact that someone asked with Jack, they have to die. This was about making sure that Allison's relatives are fine and dandy, and Russell, someone who is wrongfully accused of murder, doesn't, meet an unfortunate circumstance like she did. So it was a really, really great team up. And I think for True, it gives her a bit of perspective, really, in terms of Jack. Like, obviously, when the truth was out there, True was so hell-bent. And obviously, coming into this season, she was more hell-bent, given what happened to Luke. That Jack was a monster. He can, he can sugarcoat it all he wants. He's a terrible human being, and what he does is kill people, etc. And I guess it's the roles reversed for Jack, really. Jack gets an understanding of True, and I feel like this would have been so good in terms of future episodes. Like, this, like I said, these were the first steps, and things would grow between the pairs. Yeah, they'd still have their jobs to adhere to, but I also think that Jack would have probably questioned what he did. Like, the way I see it, Richard is the greater evil. I mean, the bastard tried to kill his own kid. Yeah, he went through. He relinquished Harry, but still, he was so adamant on making sure that his secret was safe that whoever it was, didn't matter if it was your own flesh and blood, they die. So yeah, don't know if Jack would go that far. I mean, sure, Jack could have been a hindrance for True in this episode, really, in making sure that. And I'm sure, like, if Richard was in Jack's shoes, he wouldn't be as reluctant to help True whatsoever. Whereas Jack, he sees himself as a messenger, really. Like, those who die have to die. It's the balance of the universe, really. It's not a job that he would, it's not something he dreamt of doing as a 6-year-old kid or whatever, but he has to preserve the balance of life, really. And that means stopping True. So, but at the end of the day, it's not like he is going to do anything and everything, like, outside of that parameter to make sure that True's life is a living hell. He was being he was being arrogant in this episode, but he was willing to help True out in order to, solve this missing piece in a puzzle, really, that was getting complicated. Because Russell was probably going to die when when it was just being an innocent person, and this is it. Like, Allison's dead. So he's happy to adhere to her wishes, since he is experiencing these do-over days. He's happy to adhere to those wishes. So, yeah, there's no harm in his mind teaming up with True. Whereas True, it's like a bitter pill to swallow. And some of the circumstances where Jack got himself involved in, like pretending that him and True were married, like you could see her soul leave her body, like, why are you doing this? So, but I think this episode really detailed that, when they're not butting heads, they can make a good combo. Sure, they do have that kind of polar opposites in terms of their main main area of work, but when it comes to something like this, like, solving that missing piece in a little puzzle, and respecting the wishes of the deceased, it's fine. They get to know a bit more about each other. True gets to understand he is not Satan, basically. And you saw throughout this episode that, True did get pardon me, feel a bit of sorrow for Jack. Sure, doesn't make them square or whatever, but you know, she's just trying to showcase a little bit of gratitude, and I think she understands that you know, maybe Jack could progress a bit further. It's a hard ask considering his occupation, but at least I can try, really. So yeah, but I would have loved to have seen more of them two together in terms of working things out, and you know, it would have been very, very interesting. Yeah, it would shake up the formula a bit in terms of what True Calling is about, in terms of do-over days, make sure that the person who died gets saved, yada yada yada. But I mean, that's the I feel like moving slightly away, like have every odd episode be something a bit different. Every odd episode, it would have been really, really great to see them two work together, because otherwise it's their nature to butt heads unless Jack has a change of heart. And like I said, I feel like Jack would have a bit more conflict if the season had the episodes it was supposed to be allocated. I mean, he was already feeling a bit shitty in episode 4, so yeah, but it is sad. It is sad, and I really loved it. So yeah, but I really, really wonder what the end game would have been for Carrie. I mean, probably either A, dead, or B, locked away or something like that. I don't know. I mean, what would she be locked away for, really? Playing Davis like a damn fiddle? So, but she has, that's it though. She has Davis in the corner, and we'll never know how he escapes that corner. So, yeah, but see, I just knew we were gonna see Davis as Santa. I was like, no way, please, and yeah, don't know about the gifts he was offering to the kids, but you know, it's interesting. Beats a sock or whatever. Beats the tangerine. So yeah. And I also really, really loved the whole Harry situation. Like I said, in this season, I feel like Harry has definitely expanded in terms of his character as a whole. He has definitely grown so much. He has definitely become a more involved character of things, in my opinion. And this episode was no different, considering how he was so inquisitive about what his father was doing. And on the first day, he got it. Problem was, Alison, should I say, she decided the timing was just right to kind of give Richard a bit more time, a bit more. Like, the powers that be are just fucking around here. Here we have, I mean, probably to make things a bit less complicated, True needs Jack in future events, etc. So this has to happen. We have to. It's for the greater good, Harry. Even though, yeah, it's all for the greater good. No, but he was right there. He was right there, and yeah. Like I said, Richard, father of the fucking year. What a parasite. I mean, imagine doing that to your own flesh and blood. Just because you're a devious bastard who killed your wife, and, you know, your flesh and your child finds out that you're a piece of shit. What do? Do you own up and realize that your existence is this is what you do with your existence? You be a basic prick? Or do you own up to your actions? Nah, because yeah, Richard is a piece of shit. So yeah, obviously I feel like Harry would ultimately find out, for realsies. But yeah, oh, I would have wondered what would have happened if Richard died. Because that would have been fucking interesting, especially given, like, if there was a do-over day. And, yeah, what would have happened if Richard died? what would Jack's agenda be there? Would the boss have to die? So, yeah. Sadly, we'll never know. But it was a really, really great conclusion to a great show. I mean, obviously, it wasn't the best show out there, but it was really enjoyable, especially coming into, like, the latter part of Season 1 and coming into Season 2. Like, Season 2 entirely has been a massive step up from Season 1. I mean, obviously, you can't say with just 6 episodes out of, 12, 13, that things were looking, because the second half could have been poop. But from what we've seen, Season 2 was great. The starting point with Season 2 was just really, really fantastic, and the quality was just wonderful all throughout. And it's a sad shame that obviously it was cut short, but yeah, so... But no, I really, really enjoyed my journey with True Calling, and like I said, I'm going to miss the show, but I feel like where we concluded, like, obviously there are going to be questions that are going to be left in the ether, but I even said this in the last episode, there are so many things that you just can't cover in 40 odd minutes, so you know, we just have to accept it, and yeah. So, but no, overall this was a really, really great finale, so I really enjoyed it. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!